All right. Welcome back to the stream, everybody. And this is the weekly meeting of Filament Anonymous, or that one will be on Monday. And that's pretty funny. Welcome, everybody, back to the stream. Welcome, everybody, to this side of the stream as well. Ed, Justin, Magnificent EDC, Robert, and Hotfix. Appreciate y'all joining the stream this evening. So we went back to Teams, and I tried everything on uh, trying to do cool video or whatever, but any video that was easy on my side was super hard on your guys' side. And if it was easy on your guys' side, it was super hard for me to just take video away to look at pictures and just have audio and to switch that all up. I think I might have a way, but it's going to take me a little while to program on that. But I did figure out what was going on with it last week. I figured all of that out. But for what I want to do, I'm being a little bit too cute. So I need to figure that out a little bit more. So we'll stick with Teams until I figure out how to get cute. hmm Yeah, well, and the other one, so like Streamlabs, the collab cam, I figured out what was going on with that. The weird thing about that is it makes you join with a camera even if you're going to turn it off, which is stupid. I think the way that I'm going to go is the VOD Ninja, and the same way you put everybody in as a guest or whatever, but then you have like a little control panel to do like video and audio. Because the other thing is like with collab cam and streamlab, if I hide your video it mutes you too. Stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. So the only way that I can have audio is to have video at the same time. But I think I might have a trick. If I put each of the collab cam instances on the very bottom of the stack and then stack everything on top of that, that'll stack things over the video and the audio. But I that'll take me a while to that'll take me a little while to do. So more to come on that one. So Zoom would be the same as Teams, where I can do all of that, but I don't have an independent source for everybody. So I can only do like the whole group as a video feed or nothing. Not into the stream. Yeah, I understand that whenever, yeah, because like right now, like if we just wanted to use Teams and we were just on Teams, we could share video and it's real easy and it does all of that. Like they figured it out. It's putting it into the streaming software where it turns into an issue. Oh, you do. Oh, you do. On some of these, like if you don't ask Gabe, he ran into an issue with that last week, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then I tried it too, and if you don't set up a camera, it won't let you even log in. You can turn it off, but if you don't have a, but if you're on a computer that doesn't have a camera and you just want to be audio, how do you log in? The this one doesn't unless I plug a camera into it. My other one in there doesn't have a camera. Um, like Yeah, yeah, and that's the I looked at that one too, and it's not much different than collab cam from that perspective or whatever. And then same thing, like I did the free trial and I brought one in, and if I hide the video, mutes the audio. Stupid, stupid. All of them do that. They're all stupid with that one. They are all stupid with that one. And yeah, Gabe, I didn't have the camera and it wouldn't let him log in last week. It's it's extra dumb on that one. Extra dumb. So yeah, I'll figure out a cute way to do that. I think I can hide the video behind there, and then the other way is if you don't, you want to log in on your desktop and you want to log in on your phone, you can do that. But if you turn your camera on your phone, man, mine got hot because I wanted to try it for a little while and make sure, and my phone got pretty hot with using the camera that whole time. Um, yeah, yeah. So that's not super ideal either. So we'll have to check that out. But yeah, more to come on that one. Fun times trying to figure that one out. I wish it was just like Zoom or Teams, like where I don't get why they don't just copy everybody else that's super successful at doing that, right? Like there's a reason why they're all super successful because it works. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah, it's all designed to have a camera, and as soon as you don't want to have a camera, these things freak out. And that's where like Zoom and Teams, they don't care. Like you turn the camera on and off at will. You don't have to have a camera to log in, like all of that. But like all of these things to do what I want to do, like you have to have a camera to log in, or I have to create like little screen captures and like measure out the little square where you are in Teams or whatever, and like on all that. Or same thing on Zoom, go measure where your little screen is on there and put Zoom in the exact same place. It makes it way too hard to do, but I'll figure something out and get it to where we can have video on there. But yeah, fun times with all of that. I went through all kinds. Probably spent 8 to 10 hours on that alone just over this week. Just trust me on that one. I spent quite a while, and looking at it from both ends. Like if it was easy on my end, is it easy on the other end? And is your cell phone gonna burn your hand if you try to use it for more than 15 minutes? Because that's not quite that ideal either. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's fine. Yeah, you only did one. You only did one, and it's super easy. When I drag it into the stream folder, it says, "Do you want to?" Because they're the same name. They're the same name, so it's like, do you want to have both of these, or do you just want to replace it? And I'm just like, replace it, so it automatically takes the duplicate away. So don't even worry about it. You did one, but it was one click of the mouse and it went away. So yeah, yeah, but yeah, you don't have a view of what's in there. Yeah, I see that. But you, what I'm saying is you don't need to worry about it because when I copy and paste it into a folder, if you put it in there twice, doesn't matter. It's super easy for me to.
Exactly what went through. I couldn't check that did I send that picture or didn't I send that picture? So anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's the only thing, and you can just send all the pictures all at once if you want. But I know you send them as you go. But I got all of the pictures. It was super easy. And Justin, yours too. Those were super easy. Drag and drop right over.
Okay.
Super easy. But Uh, let me see if I can figure out a way to give you a view access of the folder so you can see what you've already done. There might be a way for me to share the folder because it's on
Okay.
a network attached system, so it's behind a firewall and it's all network, whatever. So
Okay.
I'll see if I can do that. But yeah, like every time you upload it, it creates a new folder
Hey,
with.
Len. Uh, Someone is saying that they can only hear you
Yeah,
on the stream.
I fixed it. I saw
Oh,
that.
okay,
I fixed it.
cool. I like this mask. It reminds me of Mardi Gras a little bit.
Yeah, it has a
It
little bit of
is.
Mardi Gras in it. Yeah, I did this mask for my granddaughter. Last week I submitted one in yellow, a different mask, a cat. This is more of a Mardi Gras, in like a pink.
This would be a good one in like a metal or a silk and slow down the outer layer or whatever.
I tried it in metal, the same metal that I use
Mm-hmm.
one of the other, and it didn't come as nice as I thought it was. So I didn't send that one in. Uh, maybe it was the color that I selected.
This would look
It's just
cool painted.
Yeah.
yeah,
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 especially those
it can
scales
be.
going over the bridge of the
Yeah,
nose.
maybe that's an idea. Maybe I should try to paint one.
Or maybe use some rub and buff.
You know, since I got the bamboo, I had not painted much of anything. And there's one picture, one print that I did for tonight that I had to do some painting. But since I had the bamboo and I'm not painting anything.
Behind the
Which
light
direction is
looks.
this built?
I'm sorry?
Which direction is it built?
Which direction? How is it printed?
Yes.
It's printed. I think it's printed exactly the way this right now, facing, standing up like that, and it has support in the bottom, and also on the eyes, and that's about it. Support is a little more harder to take out on this one than the yellow cat that I printed, mask that I printed for last week. This was a little harder, but it came out okay.
It looks really cool behind this light. Looks really, really cool behind the light. Or in front of the
Yeah,
light.
you can really see the textures.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the perfect amount of transparency through it.
The filament,
Yeah,
I think, is a bamboo lab basic pink.
this is
This
cool.
is it's a hat, 3 sizes, very small, maybe about 3 inches tall. Another one about 6 inches tall. The other one's about maybe almost a foot tall.
What movie is this from?
Harry Potter.
Okay, couldn't remember. That's neat.
Yeah. Really
Should have
cool.
been in brown filament.
No, I did it in black, but yeah, you could use, it should be a dark black, a dark brown. But I did it in black.
The black makes it look very different.
And I was going to send you some Halloween prints, but all I could find was pictures of my cats, which are basically Halloween themed anyway.
That's funny. That's really funny.
How much filament did that big one take, and how long?
I don't think it took that long. I can go back and see if I can find it. Let me see.
You printed that on the H2D?
Pikachu with this one I printed in
No,
the big one. No, I printed in the X1C. It was only
Okay.
one color, so it fed in the X1. It fit okay in the X1C, so that's why I printed it.
got it.
The Pikachu I did print it in the X1s, in the H2D. Let's see. See if I find it here. The large one took 6 hours. Not this. I'm talking about the hat. The large one took 6 hours to print, and it took. What does it say here? It says 227 grams.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, the large one. Yeah.
This is the Pumpkinachu. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Pikachu. Pikachu Halloween. That's what it's called.
Really good color choice there. The
Yeah,
red and the yellow really pop off of each other.
This is about 3.5 hours and takes about 89 grams of filament.
How tall is it?
Yeah.
It's pretty tall. I would say it's about from the bottom to the top of the ear. It's about maybe almost a foot.
So
About
you
a
could
foot?
only get one of these on the H2D
Yeah.
printer.
Yeah, I only printed one. I want to print another one for the grandkids of the lady that helps here, my wife, and clean the house. She wanted one, so I'm gonna have to print one for her.
Yeah, I like how the red is a bit of a shadow. That's cool. Oh boy.
Those are ghoulish.
Yeah, they are. I love them, man.
They look like
I
the
love the way.
Grinch.
Oh man, I
Yeah.
love the way they look. This is printed in bamboo black charcoal matte. This one I printed it in different colors. They're all dark. They're spooky.
How'd you get the
They're
orange
weird.
in there? Is that part of the print, the orange, or
Yeah.
is that a second
Yeah.
part?
Does
No,
it have
no,
the little
it had-
sleeve, the little orange sleeve or whatever inside?
No, it prints. It requires 2-color with AMS. And there's a little bit of color change, but it's only the eyes, so there's not a lot of waste at all. Although in the H2Ds and it's 2 colors, there's really no waste at all. But I printed, since they're different material, different colors, I printed them in 2 of my X1C and then also in the H2D. So I had the 3 printers printing for the different colors that I use.
Yeah, this would startle me if I walked up on it in the middle of the night. This is really nasty looking. I like it.
It is nasty looking.
Make sure to have that in the
Is there a
guest
hole
bedroom.
for a tea light?
I'm sorry, I missed. What did you say?
Is there a hole for a tea light?
No hole at all.
That reminds me of the Grinch.
Yeah, I printed a little pumpkin that there is a hole for a tea light. I showed that a couple of weeks ago, but this one have no tea light at all. I printed, I think, 4 different colors. They're all Galaxy, except one is Sparkle. The Sparkle I sent them at the end. These are all Galaxy, Bamboo Lab, PLA Galaxy. And they all have same orange eyes. The color look a little different depending on the exterior.
The black one's still my favorite.
My favorite too. Yeah, my favorite too. The black and the back matte is my favorite. There's another one that is that I printed. I think I sent it at the end. I don't know if it went through, but my favorite is the matte black.
This is like the Power Rangers of scary.
It is scary. I'm not sure my grandkids are going to like it, but we'll see.
These are the heads from the Headless Horseman, or what? They look pretty scary.
From that movie Pumpkinhead.
Wow,
It's a really good use of those filaments.
This one turned out crazy with the marble effect or whatever on the bone. This one's super crazy. How long did this take to print? Oh, this the one that you painted?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how many color changes are in this thing?
No. This I printed in white, and then I painted it. I haven't painted in a long time. This is the first one that I painted, I think, in probably about, I think since I got my Bamboo Lab printers.
I was going to mess with you and say, looks like he's buying stuff out of the store again and passing it off as 3D prints. Yeah. That's really good. I thought it was porcelain.
Yeah, no, this is painted. Actually painted with, these are markers, actually. These are not actually paint. These are markers. I had bought a set of different colored markers, and that's what I used. That was the only way I had colors before. Now you can put a light in underneath there, but you can put a fairly big light. This is about maybe 8 inches tall. Good size.
Really cool.
Very good job of colorizing it. Mm-hmm. And would you finish it, or did you sand it, or?
No, I didn't sand anything. This came out white PLA, and I just painted it with the markers.
So if this one's 8 inches, how big was the other pumpkins with the orange eyes?
Oh, those are about maybe 3.5 inches tall. Small. They're small. Now, they use quite a bit of a filament. I think they use too much filament the way it was designed, and I didn't change any of the settings. They had too much filament inside. I don't think you need that much filament. For me, it took a little longer than it should have because of the amount of infill that it had. This, let's see if I find how long it took to print. This took 7 hours, 7.6 hours, 253 grams of filament. But it's only one color. I printed it all in white, and I just painted it.
That's beefy.
That's really cool.
I think that's it for me today. I think I sent you another little pumpkin.
Yeah, there's this last 2 pumpkins, I think, right here.
Yeah. These are sparkle. This is PLA sparkle.
You're going to have to send Ed some more filament, Lynn, because he's already used like 3 spools of filament just in these pumpkins.
Yeah.
Not that much. I mean, I hadn't used these filament in a long time since I bought them about over a year ago, and I said, let me try some of this. So I had to dry them because they had, even though I keep them in a sealed bag, the Jessica and I that were inside were clearly there was a lot of humidity in there, so I just dried them.
Really cool. Really cool. As always, Ed, thank you for sending those in.
Thanks, Ed.
Great.
Great stuff, Ed.
Next up is Justin with some more planes, and I believe this is the one that you were printing while we were streaming last week, right?
That is correct. That is the one that was on the crowdfunding that I got the lifetime commercial license for.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is big.
That's sweet. That's one of my favorite planes.
How long did it take you to print it?
I want to say this entire plane with all the armaments, which print separately, and then you glue them together, is about 11 hours for the plane and another 3 hours for the armaments.
Oh, it's not bad.
That's
not bad at all. No.
And you don't have to have an AMS with the exception of the armaments. Everything kind of prints its own color, minus the USA stripes that you need an AMS for, but everything else is pretty much snap into place. And the cockpit, I guess, as well is AMS.
Cool.
Really cool. And yeah, that is pretty big. 5-6 inches.
Appreciate
tall.
the soda can.
Yeah, I think the wingspan is almost 13 inches.
Wow.
You started a trend, Topics. Forget the banana.
So you said it all snaps together, or do you end up having to glue some pieces in?
I end up gluing pieces in just so they don't fall apart when somebody grabs it off the shelf or something, because I do put this in my shop. But you don't have to use glue. It does all just snap fit together.
That's really awesome when designers put that extra touch on there.
Yeah, the original A10 that I had printed before this crowdfunding deal was from Fab 365, and it also just snaps together. But a lot of times you need to use glue on it too, just to keep it together, because their snaps aren't that great. But this one's way more detailed than the Fab 365 model.
All right, these are pretty cool too. I think everybody
That
needs
is
to
cool.
run out and print these right away. These little minion pumpkins are awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, these I
This is
actually
great.
shrunk in size because the originals were supposed to be candy bowls and they were huge. And I think they were going to take like 20 plus hours to print.
Wow.
So I shrank them down, and they shrank just fine. The eyes were a little bit of a pain to do with that small pieces, because they all print in separate pieces and they just snap together. You glue them together. Now the tops come off and they're hollow inside, so they can be a candy bowl, which is what they're originally designed for. But yeah, to print the full size, I mean, on the one with in the center there, I think that one was going to be almost 40 hours to print, because it takes up the full deal in the H2S, the full height.
Wow.
What orange or whose filament is in the orange?
That's just basic bamboo PLA orange.
Okay, that looks great.
Where
By
did
the
you?
way,
They do
is
have a
anybody
pumpkin
printing Halloween
orange now,
masks
too, but
for themselves? I saw the one earlier from Ed, but is anybody printing their own Halloween mask?
Not this year.
Not anymore.
Bamboo does have a pumpkin orange now in PLA as well, but I had this on hand, so I just used it.
Where'd you find the models for these?
These are on Maker World.
Awesome, thank you.
These are pretty cool too.
Yep.
Yeah, this is also on Maker World. It takes a little while to print, and it does have supports. And I just used tree supports, and on all my supports, to make them easily removable, if I'm printing at 0.2 layer height, I do 0.28 connection, and then a 0.38 material or support to object. That way it's easy to remove.
So what I do on the supports, what I've been finding pretty easy, and it's just one quick change, is on the top Z height. If you look at that, and I believe that's the height between the top of the support and, where the main model is. That's always like exactly what your layer height is. So if you're printing in 0.16, if you look at the top Z height in your support, that'll be 0.16, or if you're printing in 0.2, that'll be 0.2. Whatever that number is, I double it. So if I'm printing in 0.2 and that's 0.2 in there, I put it to 0.4, and I can just flick my supports off now. I mean, just flick them off, and it's way smoother under there, and I don't have to change anything else. So just try changing top Z height, double whatever that number is, and see if that works better. And I mean, I can just flick the supports off now, or just squish on them really hard and they pop right off. It's way, way easier. But I've changed all of that other stuff, but I noticed that one makes a huge difference, but it doesn't. And I always print from the plate. I don't print from the model, so I would need to change the bottom height somehow, which I think you were talking about changing as well. But I generally print only from the plate for supports, so I don't have to mess with.
Depends on the model.
It depends on the model too, if I can get away with it. If they let me get away with being cute on it. Yeah, this one turned out really, really nice. Very smooth and shiny. And you can't really tell where you use supports on this at all.
Yeah, the supports are all underneath the top there. It prints all in one piece. The original model called for 0.08 layer height, but it was going to take forever to print, so I changed it to 0.2.
This reminds me both of those bone purses and of face huggers.
Yeah, it definitely has a face hugger look to it. Yeah. From the top for sure. These are just Hue Forges. I print some of these every year for Halloween just to decorate around the house.
Yeah, those turn out awesome.
Yeah, they're really
colors?
Nice.
3 colors?
Yes, the face was 4 color, I believe.
Oh, there's 2 grays.
4 color.
There's a light and a dark gray, white and black. Is that
Yep.
what it is? Really, really cool.
Nice.
If you get the settings right on these, they're amazing. But you do have to tinker. Unless you just print somebody's.
The face one, I blew up a little bit. And the problem with the Hue Forges, obviously, is you can't adjust the Z height on it. Because then it messes up the whole image.
Easily.
But the face one was super, super thin. I mean, it's like maybe a layer and a half for the black around the face. So it's super thin. So you have to be really careful with it.
I've wondered how it would be to, say, stick one of these in an oven and heat it up and then deform it over another print. So if you have a 3D print of the face, then basically melt this over the top of it.
Like over a mannequin's head or something like that?
Yeah.
That would
be you could definitely do that. I would probably do it with a heat gun versus an oven. But
same concept.
I've seen people do that with, there was a flag print a while back where a guy designed a flag and it prints all in one piece, and then he created a jig that you then lay on the table, and you take a heat gun and you just continually heat up the flag, and it deforms and makes it a wavy flag.
and it looks like it'd be cool. Oh, the other thing I would like to try would be, what about subtracting or using a Boolean operation in Bamboo Studio or Orca or whatever, or to apply this to something else?
Yeah, you can definitely do that. You would have to have probably more exact shapes than what you're allowed to create in Bamboo Studio, since they don't use the pen tool like Illustrator or any other vector program. But you could definitely take this into Illustrator and then trace out the areas you don't want, export that as a SVG, send it up to STL to SVG's website, and then import that into Bamboo Studio, resize it as needed, and then make the cutout.
Cool. Another plane.
Yeah, this one's the A-Wing fighter from Return of the Jedi, Star Wars, and I just like the model itself. It was pretty easy. It was just prints and pieces, then you glue it together. The stand prints all in one piece, and it has a magnet on the bottom of it, so you can quickly take it on and off if you want.
The subcompact from a galaxy far, far away.
Subcompact. That's funny. I think that one was from Spaceballs, not from Star Wars.
Was there a subcomp? I don't really know Spaceballs, but this reminds me of like those Hyundais or those little Honda Civics from back in the 80s and 90s.
Remember when Princess Vespa was getting in the gold thing with the Sleepy Prince or whatever? Didn't they call that like a subcompact or something like that? They called it something. That's super funny.
I remember it was a Mercedes. That's all I remember.
Oh, that's cool. I was going to say, I got my AMS heaters. I don't know if you guys talked about that at all. But anyway,
you finally got your Sunlu AMS heater? Yeah,
they came in today. So
nice.
I'm looking forward to printing some stuff with them and seeing how well they work.
Just make sure you don't leave any filament sitting there for a really long period of time. It will clump up inside of there.
From the heat?
Yep.
Okay,
but it
thank
takes like a while. Like I had one roll of like brown that I hadn't used in like a week, and then when I tried to use it, it kind of got clogged or whatever. It was easy to fix, and I just cut a little piece off and ran everything through. It was fine, but make sure that they're moving in there. Don't let one roll sit there for like a week like I did. Otherwise, it works great and it keeps all the filament perfect.
You mean leave it in there while you have it on heating other filament?
Well, so it constantly dries. So like I can set
constantly dry, but do you have it on all the time, or you
not constant? So it has a relative humidity. So when it gets to a certain level, it kicks on. And then whenever it drops to that level, it kicks back off. And that's heat. Every time that it's, doing that, it's heating it up to do that, to get rid of the humidity or whatever.
I see.
So if you leave one roll, like as long as the rolls are moving and that same piece of filament's not heating up and heating up and heating up as it does that, then you're fine. But like I left one roll in there and it kind of clogged up a little bit. Not bad, but it was noticeable or whatever. So that's why I say if you're going to do that, because it's not heating all the time, but like it turns on and off, and over a long period of time, that filament heating up and expanding and cooling or whatever is going to cause some issues. unless you're like printing pretty constantly or whatever. But it's
In
cool because it'll
particular,
be drying while you're printing, and
Yeah.
that doesn't matter at all, right? Because it's going through there, so it works fairly well. And then you can turn it up and you can like heat and like dry all the spools in there. But I don't really use it for that. I just use it to keep the relative humidity of those 4 spools, and it works really, really well for that.
Now,
That's good to know.
if you take it out of the, in other words, if you unplug it from the AMS, so you don't have the filament inside the whatever the feeder.
if you,
Uh,
the main
that-
plot or point of failure there is where the gears are squeezing the filament.
Exactly. So if you don't have it in, if you take it out and you leave it in there closed, it shouldn't be an issue, right, Len?
Correct.
Okay. But I don't have any. My son ordered 2. I don't have any of those. I never ordered them.
And then how low can you set the temp? I think 40. Let me see.
Well, I know you can definitely set the max to 70.
I
But
think
and
you said
then
the
the other
lowest.
thing you want to make sure is you don't want the filament to be warm when you're printing,
Yeah.
because it changes your print profile.
Mhm. Yeah. Actually,
So
I've
that's
noticed.
the reason why Bamboo, even on their next version, doesn't allow drying while printing.
Yeah, and also if you just dried it, it won't let you print immediately. You have to wait until it cools down a little bit. I have
So-
to.
I'm gonna question that, and here's why.
A question what?
Question that really changes much other than just having dry filament, and here's going to be my counter argument to that. Number one, it's got to go from this heated chamber through a tube into the back of my thing, over the chain, down into the nozzle. It's a couple minutes between that chamber and getting to that nozzle. So the heat that was in the chamber of the Sunlu heater is long gone outside of that filament by the time it goes to what? A heated nozzle. So maybe you need to turn the nozzle down a little bit, but I don't know. But by the time that filament gets there, all of the heat, if it was drying while you were printing, is going to be long gone, because it takes a while for that filament to go all the way through the tube, all the way into the thing, all the way through all of that nonsense. So I'm not sure. I mean, it changes the filament to be super dry, but I'm not sure how much it changes the print profile, because the heat is long gone and it's going to an even hotter heat source, so I'm not sure.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But where it really matters is there's 2 sets of gears, or one right next to where you put the filament in, and then one at the bottom of the AMS, and those are the ones that might cause a problem with warm filament.
Yeah. That's why if you take it out of the feeder and just wrap it on the side of the spool, that should be okay, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't cause that problem.
Mm-mm.
But you have to physically remove each one, and and not just be able to leave it in there.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to run it at 70 C or whatever while you're printing PLA. That it's not going to keep you from being dumb, right? Like there's the dumb.
Exactly.
Like you can be dumb. Yes, it will let you be dumb. But like if you're just doing the relative humidity thing, and like only, I think I have it set up at like 40 or 45 C, and 35 C is the lowest it'll go. But if you just have it at that, like it's never going to do anything. But you wouldn't want to try to dry ABS in there while you're printing PLA. that ain't gonna work. It's gonna make it too hot to like go through the stuff.
Exactly.
But normal, like just keeping it dry doesn't get it hot enough to affect like the gears and things like that. But yeah, if you're trying to like dry ABS in slot 4 while you're printing PLA in slot 1, you're probably going to run into some gear issues because the PLA is going to be too hot.
I've been drying ASA for about 3.5 hours at 70. So in half an hour, I'll start it up. I'll see how the print does, and then I'll let you know next week. How about that?
Yep. Yeah, the engineering filaments you could probably run pretty hot. I would imagine they'll be fine.
So these prints are anybody who remembers the original Tron from Disney was the little bit and its expressions.
Oh, I didn't recognize those.
So the blue
bits
is his normal, the yellow is yes, and the red is no. And the reason I actually printed these today because I went and watched the new Tron Ares this morning at the theater, and it was really good. And Bit actually shows up in that movie. Spoiler alert! Just for a quick moment as kind of a throwback, and I was like, I'm going to totally print those.
Hotfix, where you at?
I'm right here. Don't worry. I'm researching them as we speak.
That's so funny. All right. Thank you for those prints, Justin.
Oh.
And then last but definitely not least, we have Hotfix. Hotfix, how are we doing on fixing your printer? Have you got that done yet? Or are you still
no, I went round and round with Bamboo Lab, and they're like, really sorry our wiki sucked and tough. So I used all my Make-A-World credits to get the part, and then I ordered that on the 30th. They said it was delivered to my mailbox on the 3rd. It wasn't, so I waited a couple days to see if someone from like my neighborhood got it by mistake, and it's a no-show, so I had to reach back out to Bamboo today and be like, didn't get here. So it's been close to a month now. I've been trying to get my printer fixed.
Wow.
But anyway, I promised this picture last week. This is, just in case anybody was curious, the old style box, full spools on top. The new full spool box is the second one down. And then you can see the old school refill is on the bottom, and the new school refill is one up from the bottom. So they have changed the box designs quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't like the new ones.
That's so they can get 5 more boxes in the big shipping container.
Well, maybe the shipping container.
Why.
Maybe the big shipping container. But I received the filament here. I ordered 6 spools of filament, and they come in a box that they can fit 25.
Yeah.
And then they're just jumping all over the place inside.
Yeah.
I mean, they're terrible. Those people that pack.
Yeah, from the distribution center to here, they're idiots. But like from China to here, man, they make these boxes smaller so they could fit 5 more of them in the storage container. Jerks. But they oh man, or then you'll get a box and you're like, man, I ordered a lot of stuff for that tiny box, and you got to get a frickin' shoehorn in there to get the stuff out.
Yep. That was this order was like
they're allergic to the wrong size of box to ship stuff in from the distributor. They're allergic to the right size box. I swear to goodness, they're stupid on that.
I designed one part that I found if we change one dimension by 0.02 of an inch, we could almost quadruple how many fit on a pallet.
It's ant math.
Mm-hmm.
It's the economies of scale or whatever. I call it ant math, but like for you and I, like it doesn't matter or whatever. But when you're selling 100,000 of these things, the ant math turns out to be like $100,000 in savings or something. And of course, but yeah, it's the ant math. The less cardboard from them means they save on each box, and then you multiply that out across the whole ant farm, and it's a big number. But yeah, it is weird. And then the one thing that I do like, though, is the tape that they use on. But then some of them don't have the tape, and they have the stupid thing where you have to cut all along the edge there. I hate that. The ones with the tape that have the little thing that's not sticky at the end, the little tab, and you can just love those ones. Those ones are nice. I hate the ones that you have to sit there and try to get a knife right in the little edge and cut all down that thing, or I just get mad and just yank the whole box apart in a million pieces.
Yeah.
My biggest issue with these new boxes that I like the old one because you can open them easier, and I use them to store little prints that I give for my grandkids so they can take them with them or to friends. And the new ones, they're not. I mean, it's just the design is terrible to stick them in there. So I don't like the new ones at all.
Yeah, the old boxes you can reuse to ship stuff in. The new boxes you really can't.
Exactly, they're just terrible. And that's the. Now let's see what happens with the tariffs that Trump now announced in November 1st. He said 100%. It's not gonna. That's not gonna last.
What's his favorite food? Taco.
Oh yeah.
KFC.
He always chickens out.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what's next. Let's not talk about.
So the rest of these pictures are going to be from. This was the one last print I did, and I actually had to reprint that second one because it got right to the very top and it came loose. But those are maker coin collectors, and you can actually. I didn't get it in the picture, but on the bottom left-hand corner is the screw-on lid for it. And Polymaker was running a contest at 3D Printopia for the kids that they walked around and got. Well, they were doing it in conjunction with something Kevin, 3D Kevin, I think is his name. And if you collected 50 maker coins, they'll give you a free roll of filament. So my kids got like way into it. My son did translucent blue PETG and translucent green top. My daughter did gold PETG and silver PETG top. And they ran around and got Daddy 2 rolls of filament and had a lot of fun collecting all the maker coins.
Cool.
So
that's cool. Lynn,
what's
do you
going
have a
on
maker
with
coin?
the blue one? See the color striations in the middle?
Yeah, that's because it started coming loose from the build plate, and it was wobbling, and it finally popped loose. So that's why you're seeing all the ripples and stuff in there. Huh. It started in that, so I had to reprint that one. That one is a failed print.
Robert's thinking about how he could oscillate the build plate to make that now. He's like, how can
if you're talking about the ring, I don't know what that is. That might have just been a product of like the sun or something. But the ripples as you look at the very top right before it fails.
Yeah, where I can see the ripples in the surface finish. That's one thing, but how is it getting that color in there?
I think that's just light.
Fingerprints.
Reflection of the light coming through.
Yeah, I think that's just coming from like the window or something. But it's all PETG. The stuff on the left is Giant Arm Silver, Flash Forge High Speed Gold, and Polymaker Translucent Blue and Green, which you don't see the green, unfortunately.
I like that blue.
So, once you guys know who Dummy 13 is, the action figures, this is the group. The guy on the left is actually the main toy designer behind Lucky 13, the toy company. And they're a little out of order. I got a bunch of his picture. I got pictures of a lot of his stuff on the table. They were just really cool. They had a whole setup with the kids. They printed off some like 300% size ones, and they asked the kids to and they print them in white and asked the kids to color them. So you see a picture in a minute where the kids were doing that. It was just really fun, interactive. And he actually had on display on his table, and I think I got a picture of it. If you see from the girl's her left arm, the right arm in the picture, you go straight down. There's a white one and then a gray one. The gray one's from 3D Printing Nerd. He actually got that SLS machined, printed for them. That one, yep. And
oh yeah, I watched that episode. I remember seeing that.
There it is. And he has a couple of different ones that he's gotten off websites. He actually found someone who they did a the injection molded one, and he was like, "That's totally not the point." But some Chinese company made an injection mold of his model and started selling it. So he's got a bunch of those on there, but he has a lot of variations and models you can get. And he's like, I sell some of them for the licenses, and I asked him if you're going to go after the people who illegally sell your stuff. He goes, it's not worth it. It's they're everywhere, and I just try to do the honest thing and hope people be honest, and I make money off of them. So, but a really cool dude, and a really good booth. Sorry.
No worries. I knew that they were doing all kinds of cool stuff. I saw like a life size one, but I didn't realize they had all these like dragons and this. I don't know if this is a mecha. That's like mecha.
Yeah, the mechas are apparently coming. They're not out yet. I think it actually says they're coming something. But yeah, he's branching out quite a bit.
Yeah, that's cool. I forget who did the life size one. Maybe it was Technical Tinkers.
Yeah, he did one. He did, and it was a couple of people did one. He did one and had it up on his shelf for a while.
Yeah.
And then here's the kids coloring in the white ones. And if they did that, then they got one of these free pencil toppeners. My son, of course, went for the weapons on the left, the battle axes and spears. And my daughter went for the little like mini baby 13s on the pencils on the right. So, but yeah, it's see the purple and green one down there right next to the white? You scroll all the way in.
Yeah, the bottom.
Yeah,
bottom
go,
right-hand
that
side?
one. Yeah.
The Joker colors. Yeah.
That's the injection molded one.
Oh.
Some Chinese company decided to injection mold his thing and sell it, and he was like, "I'm flattered, but what, guys? It's like we all just sit around, and shook our heads. It's like that was the whole point to like 3D print these things, not have."
Did I see a benchy one?
Yeah, he's got like a mecha benchy or something, and he's got a couple other fun things in there. But yeah, the dragon is another one he's done. Yep.
The designs are so good, and they snap in place so well.
Yep.
I mean, the accuracy of a design, they all fit in perfectly.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of really good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just really fun to see like the progression, because he had like some of the older models out there. But I really love this. By the time we came back the next day, they had like 3 or 4 of these bigger ones, like kids colored them. And anyway, it was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. He was one of the highlights to me for the 3D Printopia.
That's really cool.
So what did Bamboo Labs say your print was wrong with your printer?
They said my AP board is broken, and I need to replace it. So, and tough luck, it's out of warranty, and it's not our fault. Our wiki sucks. I'm like, okay. They were going to give me a free roll of filament, and I was like, I don't want a free roll of filament, guys. I want my AP board. Give me like half price, or give it to me remanufactured or something. Anyway. They had a lot of these droids here. I think this is the only good picture I got because my son kept running up and like trying to tackle one of them. But they had these guys and a lot of 3D printed parts in these. Obviously, this one's got some metal on it, but you can see the one on the left is they're showing kind of like how the 3D printed goes into it. I just thought that was really cool because you got like the finished product on the right, and on the left you got like the half R2D2 3D printed shell. It was really cool.
Work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It looks like it's got a bad motivator.
Jesus God Almighty!
Yeah, one of my buddies printed a life-size R2, and it said I think he said it took him 4.5 months to print everything for it.
Oh,
but it is life-size. It moves. He put servos in it. It looks amazing.
He had good motivation, it seems.
I bet some of that, if you get like a large scale printer like the Prusa XL, like 350, you probably build quite a bit of that. Like, I think a lot of that has to do with like the smaller build volumes. You got to print more and more and more and more parts and join them together.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was really cool to see, 3D printing in use in like this kind of a way.
Cool.
And here is just a really wide shot of the main floor at 3D Printopia. At Cookie Cat had a big, big booth. KB3D did too. They had the filament exchange run by Polar Filament, where you could bring a half roll or full roll and trade it for other people's. I got rid of some rolls I was like meh about and got some cool rolls instead. Just a lot of cool stuff going on there. Overture was there. Polymaker had a big booth. Polymaker, man, they had the 3D Printing General. They had Frankly Built. They had 3D Printing Nerd. They like had a whole slew of YouTubers there. It was crazy.
Wow.
Like,
did you have any 3D printed chocolate at Cocoa Press?
I sure did. My kids got the free samples from Cocoa Press.
Very cool.
Where was that at?
It's it's right above Cookie Cat in the red one. That's the Cocoa.
Where is in Printopia?
It was in Bel Air, Maryland. This is the last year it's in Bel Air. Next year they're going to move it to, there's Cocoa Press. Next year they're going to move it to, I think they're moving it to Pennsylvania. I think they're moving it to the Philadelphia Convention Center. So there is Sam Prentice in the middle, and these are the 3D Death Racers. And instead of just having the 3D Death Racers slug it out, and I've got a video of that coming up soon, they decided to make an obstacle course. And this is the first day where they were running 2 at a time, and people were kind of sort of figuring it out, and you had to get over, and it didn't really matter as long as you got over. And it was really just, the first couple ones were more about the obstacle course, and then later they figured out if you knock the other person's head off in the obstacle course, then you have no competition. But it was a lot of fun to watch these people try to like navigate this thing, because they're used to just driving them in a big pile and beating the crap out of each other and trying to knock the heads off. But I really thought this was a good what do you call it? They still have the death match, right? The PvP death match, but this was a cool thing to do instead. Kind of like, how well do you actually how to know you drive your car? And there was one by West 3D that was just, I think the folks at West 3D kind of made them rethink some of the rules, because they really took some liberties with their Death Racer. That was a giant pirate ship. But yeah, so this is just the obstacle course, and Barbie won. I think Barbie was the one in peak. Here's the death match. I was going to print one of these with my kids this year and assemble it. You can get a kit from, I think it's Big Tree Tech sells it. You get a kit where all the servos, the controller, and everything. You just need to 3D print the parts for like $179. And I was going to do that with my kids this year, and then my printer started having issues, and I was like, nope, all done. But it was a lot of fun, and
how would you say the kit was?
It's like $170. It's like $180, but it's all the servos, the electronics, including the handheld driving controller thing. But
and the kit survived the battle. You can reuse them afterwards.
The hardware is
that pops off. You just get their head to pop off, and then you're done.
Yeah, the head is purposely not screwed on or glued on. It's designed to be knocked off, like Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
I see. So it's not they're not destroying the entire unit.
No,
it's possible to, but it's unlikely.
Yeah, not necessarily.
I see. I thought it was $170 every time you use it. It's going to be somewhat expensive.
Ed was like, "Wait, maybe I should start printing these things and make some money."
Shoot.
There you go. There's the next tier of toys for the grandkids, Ed.
No, yeah, you're right. My son's the one that does all this stuff. He does a lot of stuff with electronics and stuff.
And
the
then
new version of airplanes. My brother and I used to, every Friday we would make 100 or two model airplanes. Every Saturday we would go out and crash them all.
These are
replace the motor and the servos.
These are the safety helmets that the 3D Gloop people had, so that if you wanted to do the tug of war with a robot, which we did, and it went okay, but you can't take video of yourself in the robot. That would be really stupid, because this thing it would take 10 grown men and it would still yank them off the ground. But these are the fun safety helmets they had for people if they wanted to wear them. So my kids threw them on for a minute, and they all decided they were like that orange cone one. It was huge and it was heavy. I mean, they're all 3D printed. So, and I got a picture of the people who went after us tugging the robot.
Cool.
There you go. So there's 4 grown adults trying, and I had two adults and 3 kids, because I went with another family, and yeah. And this is the view of them pulling against the robot, and then there's them pulling against, there's the robot they're pulling against. And the whole point is the part in the middle between the robot arm and the strap has been 3D glooped together. So it's like how they're proving how strong their glue is. Or their gloop, I should say, because it's more of a solvent than a glue.
Yeah. It's actually very good, but expensive as hell.
Yep. I buy a bottle every time I go, because they always run a show special.
And the problem is that if you don't, even if you close it well, after a while, once you open it, it doesn't last.
You got to use it within a year.
Yeah. You don't
use you got to use a secondary container.
Yep.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
He said they got to use a secondary container. What I normally do is they give you the glass bottle inside of a plastic bottle. I always put the glass bottle sealed, which has a rubber gasket at the top, inside the plastic bottle, and I tighten that down. And I've had a bottle last a whole year, no problem. But yeah, so this is the 3D printed drag racers.
What brand of glue is that?
I'm sorry.
What brand of glue?
It's called 3D Gloop, Gloop. Yep. That was who was running the robot arm, but
it's great glue. It's very, very good glue. Great. It's expensive.
That's Sam Print is hosting the 3D printed drag racers. They had a bunch of those, and that's Greg from 3D Rundown at the end dodging with the flags. The trick was they were like all kind of aiming for him, and there was a couple of moments where he had to like fly out of the way. This one's good because it shows you one of the wrecks. There were some glorious wrecks where like one of them, like imagine one of them shot way past Greg, and it went all the way to the curb in the back, hit and just obliterated, just shattered. And I didn't unfortunately have the video of that one, but it's hard because these things are going over those seams in the concrete, right? The concrete's not all level. And just like in real life, when those 3D drag racers go, if you go left or right just a hair, it's all over. So, boom, right against the side, man. That was a lot of fun, though. And then here's day 2 of the Death Racers. They had learned, everybody kind of got a feel for it at this time. So instead of doing 2 at a time, they did 3. And if somebody got killed, they just left the dead body on the field where it died to make even more obstacles. But here they are. There's Batman in front, and I don't remember what the pink one was, but they're all trying to like not only battle each other but get through the obstacle course. And I don't think I got a video of the second death match, sadly. But I just thought that was I don't know who thought of doing this, but it was a very clever, evolution.
Really cool. Looks really fun. It is very clever.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's Batman there, and that's Mr. Freeze and his freeze machine coming behind him. They had a whole like Batman thing going at one point. It was very cool.
Holy 3D printed cars.
You got it. fully 3D gloop Batman.
Yes.
Did I just see one do a wheelie?
Yeah.
So
the red one there.
They had Polymaker. I thought I took a picture of the board. It was a giant board with light up buttons on it, and my kids and I, we did a team up where you got to like hit it's kind of like Simon Says, but really big kind of thing where you got to touch all the lights. And my team came in 4th place. We beat Frankly Built's second highest score, but we beat 3D Print General, Polymaker Joel, who does the Polymaker live stream. It was really fun. Really fun.
You did well.
Yes, we did. We did good.
Yeah.
And right after we did it, they were like, "Oh, well, okay, we can't do teams anymore." I was like, "Aha!" This was just cool because on the very right, looking to his left, our right of the screen is the Canuck creator, in the red and black flannel, and then over to the top left in the blue shirt, the woman is Pezliz. She mostly does Twitch streaming. And then right next to her is Sam Prentice. Then the bottom left-hand corner, you got the guy in the black and white shirt who does 3D Print SOS. Then you got, again, Greg from 3D Rundown. And I can't remember who was in the blue shirt, but it was just really cool to meet these people in person that you see on YouTube all the time. And they were all very nice.
Are you doing your Batman impersonation being perched way up there?
No, this was down on the floor was the vendor area. Upstairs is where they had like the food and how you would go to the back room where they had a lecture hall and the battle bots, which not to be confused with 3D Death Racers. But I don't
cardboard on the floor?
No, it's a tarp. They cover the entire floor because it's like a basketball court, right? They wanted to protect the wood floor. So they pull this like brown tarp over everything.
Okay.
Wait, did you say battle bots? They had 3D printed battle bots?
Oh yeah. Oh, like about the size of like you could print the main body on an A1 Mini. They're like that size.
Lightweights.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I looked for. I thought I took pictures, but apparently I didn't. But yeah, so they had 3D printed drag racers, 3D printed Death Racers, 3D printed battle bots, and they also had 3D printed Pinewood Derby cars. Obviously, they weren't Pinewood, so they called them 3D Derby cars, 3D printed Derby cars. And the Boy Scouts were there, or Cub Scouts were there doing that. That was their running races and having a contest as to who had the best looking one. It was really cool. But I think that's it for me. I don't think there's anything else.
Was that all? Was that all in one day or more than one day?
There was a Saturday and Sunday, 2 days.
2 days, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's really neat, man.
Yeah, it was really cool, and I bought a couple rolls of filament while I was there because you guys know me. And you just get to see some latest take. They had a lot of the Snapmaker. The new Snapmaker 4-head toolhead printer. That was like eight different people had it on the floor, man. Actually, I think I might have had a couple more pictures in here from, now that I say it, from Protopasta. But my video seems to be frozen. It looks like Lynn's looking to the left on my screen.
Should see Gabe's pictures up now.
Nope. Okay.
Now last but not least for real this time. We have Gabe's pictures. I'm guessing this is. Haven't we've seen this one before? I feel like, or one similar to this one.
Yeah, I did it last year.
Ah, that's where we've seen it.
Yeah, that's why.
Attack of the Killer to Pumpkins.
Yeah, this is a really cool model. And then you can put candy in the top, right?
And it opens and closes?
Yeah, it's just got a lid, and it's got a candy reservoir in the back. And the mouth, at the bottom of the mouth, it's got a little like indent for a tea light.
But it doesn't move.
No, it doesn't move at all.
Oh, okay.
And the model, which you... Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that it looked like the mouth had movement on it, but it doesn't move at all.
No, it does not.
Like that angle looks like it's closed compared to the first one that looked like it was much further open. I think it's just the angle of the picture.
The cool thing is this is a paid model of things, but the author gives you 2 sets of teeth. These are like the sharp, scary teeth, and the other one are like normal teeth. And it's like, no, I don't want giant buck teeth. I'm like,
I see.
That's not nearly as cool.
I see.
But it's a fun model. Very fun.
The mouth is sharp and can cut you when placing the light inside. That's funny. That's funny. This one turned out really cool too. Did this print? I'm guessing this is in different pieces. But that might have taken quite a while to print this one. Looks really cool.
Yeah, that one.
How tall is that?
Fairly good size, it looks like.
Like a foot tall?
That's what it looks like to me.
Yep.
Yeah, I made a small version of this last week. I don't know if I.
He said it's 22 inches. 22 inches,
wow,
as big as the
big.
X1C would get.
Oh man, that's big.
That is huge. Yeah, that's awesome. How long did it take you to print that? All week?
Who printed this?
Gabe.
Oh, Gabe?
Yeah, he's not on audio today, but he's on chat.
I see.
2 days to print. Wow.
Oh, God.
He may win this week's contest just for the longest print.
Wow. It's cool. It's a cool print.
Yeah, that's
the jumpsuit takes the longest to print.
And printed well, too.
Separate. Yeah, it turned out awesome.
Yep.
Turned out awesome.
Yeah, I figured out what was wrong with my printer last week. Hey, after doing all kinds of stuff, turns out the drive gears had to be replaced. Then this week I finally wore out my cryo grip build plate. It didn't help anymore to clean it off.
That sucks.
But I got a new one in the mail yesterday.
All right. That is all the pictures that we have for today. I'm going to say, unless somebody has a great argument against it, that Gabe and Jason here won this week's contest, and the prize is you can take any roll of filament out of my slightly less than hot fixes collection of filament, Gabe. So reach out to me. You got my email address. Let me know what roll of filament you want, and I will send it to you. And I have Sunlu, bamboo, poly, overture. I got all kinds of stuff here. So get with me. Let me know what type of filament you would like to have, sir. And I appreciate you sending that one in. And for everybody else, if you'd like to win one of my rolls of mini rolls of filament here, be sure to tune in next week and send in your decorations for Halloween and win yourself a free roll of filament. So until then, there will be a video tomorrow. It might be a little bit late. I'll try to get it out on time. But there will be a video tomorrow with some more cool stuff from Big Tree Tech. So be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you, everybody, for sending in pictures, and thank you for joining the live stream. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching.
Make sure you smash the like button.
Yep.
For sure. Have a great night. Have a great week, y'all.
Thank you.
And good night, everyone.
Good night. See you next week.